McCaffrey and the 49ers look to keep things rolling while the Jags visit the Steelers and the Seahawks host the Browns. Hey everyone, welcome into another NFL Breakdown. Rob Wong joined alongside by Postmedia sports betting columnist Don Brennan and Toronto Sun NFL writer Dan Bilicki. Time to get there against the spread picks for week number 8. And Don, the Jags are on the prowl right now. They've won 4 in a row. They will head to Pittsburgh as 2.5-point road favorites. Can the Steel Curtain find a way to shut down Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville?
Well, is there anybody scarier than the Pittsburgh Steelers these days? I mean, they've just won 2 games in a row by outscoring the opponents 14-0 in the fourth quarter. Mike Tomlin likes it so much. He loves their fight, says they've cut off their eyelids. They don't blink. I mean, that's pretty good for Halloween. I like the Jags. I like their offense. They can score against anybody. The problem with this matchup for them is that they have a really bad secondary. Only the one other team has allowed more passing yards against, and the Steelers have George Pickens going really good, 3 100-yard games, and Deontay Johnson is back now. I think the Steelers are going to continue the role they're on, and I think they're going to end the Jags' streak. I like them winning by 4 points this week.
All right, Mike Tomlin, he has an outstanding record as a home underdog. Coming into the season, he was 17-5-3. But there is 2-1 this season in that situation. Now, the Steelers also have a Thursday nighter on deck, so they might be looking into that. The Jags have a rest advantage, having played last Thursday. And the Jags are on an 8-0 run on the road against the spread and 6-1 in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to go with the Jags.
Dan, the Bengals 3.5-point road dogs against the 49ers this weekend. And if there's a bet you want to make on the side, it's probably Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown. The guy just scores every single week right now. But when it comes to the point spread of this one, which way are you leaning?
Well, the Bengals have a massive rest advantage in this one. They're coming off their bye. The 49ers were in Minnesota on Monday night. San Fran has lost 2 straight now. Brock Purdy's in concussion protocol, so we might be looking at Sam Darnold getting the start. And also Deebo Samuel's ruled out, and Christian McCaffrey, he's a little banged up, and so is Trent Williams. If the line were under a field goal, I'd consider the Niners, but I think this is looking good for Joe Burrow and company.
Yeah, I agree. I like the way the Bengals have turned things around, and the Niners have been going back and forth from East Coast to West Coast for the last 3 weeks. They got to be a little bit tired. The line dropped 2 points when Brock Purdy entered the concussion protocol, so you know what the books are thinking. I think that the Bengals have it together. I think that Joe Burrow is pretty good against the spread. He knows how to keep games close. I think 10 of his 16 losses since his second year have been by 3 points or less. So, while I think the Bengals can actually pull off the upset here, I do like them to cover as well.
Finally, Don, it's a pair of 4 and 2 teams squaring off as the Seahawks will host the Browns. Cleveland has won 2 in a row and, of course, won their last game despite the fact that Deshaun Watson left with injury, P.J. Walker taking over for the victory in that one. But who do you like in this Sunday matchup?
Yeah, you don't know with the Browns quarterbacking situation from one game to the next how Deshaun Watson is feeling, whether he's in a concussion or he's got a shoulder problem or whatever. I think that P.J. Walker, either way, their offense has been bad this year. It's been 31st, although last week they scored 39 points. So conflicting or confusing things even more is they allowed 38. The best defense in the NFL allowed 38. So they're hard to put a finger on. I know their defense is good. Seattle, to me, has been playing they've taken a step back the last couple of weeks, even though they're 4 and 2. I think they may look over at the San Francisco quarterbacking situation and think the NFC West title is up for grabs. I think that they're going to beat the Browns this week. Another upset, and I like Seattle and the offense get it going.
Yeah, despite giving that 38 points up, their defense still remains the top-ranked unit by DVOA. But yeah, the offense is just awful, The whole drama with Deshaun Watson isn't helping either. The Seahawks, yeah, they're not as good as they started out, but I think they can get the win here at home.
Should be another exciting week on the gridiron. As always, let us know what you're betting on in the comments section below. For all of Don and Dan's NFL picks, head to the Toronto Sun.